Good morning and welcome to episode 1680 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, April 1st, 2025, also known as April Fool's Day. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Patreon.com/Hard Factor if you need more Hard Factor. Today, we got a full house. All the hosts. April Fool's. It's just me and Mark today. Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing real well. My back hurts a little bit because I've been it got better, and now I'm pushing it to the limit, taking honey on walks, and I cut the grass today. So I was went from doing nothing to, but it's getting better. You
got to ease yourself in, right?
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I'm stupid.
Okay. You're I mean, it's you're 0 to 60, or you're it's full go or no go with you.
Yep.
You know? I hear that.
A lot of black and white, no gray area.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
I get that. I mean,
no,
why waste
How about
time? Yeah, doing good, right? But why waste the time trying to work out and stuff like that if you're not going to get it all done?
Right.
It's just, yeah. I don't know. I'm going the opposite these days. Now I'm I'll work out for 5 minutes, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I got a good one in today.
There you go.
I did those 2 sets of push-ups.
What about 6-minute abs?
Right.
No, man. You can't do that.
I'm going. Yeah, I go more. But of course, the end of the fatathon is getting closer, so we got to get serious. So
that's true. We're getting real close to beach weather.
Yeah. If you want to lose weight with us, go to patreon.com/Hard Factor and join the fatathon. We're losing weight. And a lot of people are picking it up. In fact, I need to do the totals again. I have a feeling that we have a new first place after this last week. But some people like Mark and I are hitting a little bit of a plateau. So I'm going to try to steal some of your moves here and go more intense for the last few weeks.
We're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
We're going to figure it out. Yeah.
What we're talking about today, Mark, what do you got?
Well, Germany's back. You'll hear about that. And then I've got some funny local news stories that made the news for good reason. A lot of things going on in neighborhoods.
Oh, okay.
Next door is a buzzing.
Neighborhood news. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone besides the 30 people that live in those neighborhoods can have a good laugh at those.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I live in a neighborhood of mostly homeowners, and then some renters moved in across the street, and they just threw their first party on a Sunday night. And I'll tell you, there was an old man that came out of his house and screamed, "Hey, turn that shit down!" But I think he didn't even know which way the music was coming from.
Just shouted it out. Yeah,
it was coming from across the street. Pretty sure it was coming from across the street from me, but there was my backdoor neighbor, and he just screamed it into the void, because he was so pissed at 10:30. And so I get it. Neighborhood news, man, it's spicy, it's juicy. There's a lot to it. I wonder what's going to happen with these renters. How long are they going to be renting there now? They pissed off everybody in the neighborhood last night.
That's amazing. That's what a bad start to the neighborhood, but I love it.
They just moved in a month ago, all waving everybody.
Keep me updated on that. I think we got a April Fools from Big Bad Roddy. The Venga Boys are still touring.
Oh,
I think that's probably an April Fools.
Who are the Venga Boys?
I'm not super familiar with the Venga Boys. I Googled them.
Did I just get April Fools?
It's a
Euro. Is it a fake thing?
They look like a Euro dance group. They look like They look like Zelensky in the 80s.
Oh, is it Zelensky's band?
It could be. I don't know. No. I think they're more. I don't know.
He was more of a comedy troupe guy.
They look like Euro, YMCA. They look fun. Nice. Euro dance. Get out there.
Fantastic.
Ultra was this weekend. Get out there and dance.
Okay, well, I've got some news related to the after effects of a gay pride parade in Idaho. Then I've got some Nazi adjacent news coming out all over the world, really, not just Germany. And then I've got some stuff to add to Mark's German section, because I thought it was really great how Germany's just getting back in the war game. So
they're back, baby. Let's do it. So speaking of Nazis, let's get the serious one done first. Germany has decided it's high time to spend a shitload of money on their military and defense. They're sick of sitting
okay.
sitting it out. Yeah.
So they're saying like, you know, we've been a part of NATO for what is it, 70, like 80 years now. Like we've always had this target, and we knew we were supposed to, but now's the time we're actually going to start maybe thinking about spending on defense.
That's right. How long are you going to punish us and be scared of our tanks? And so we've been sitting on the sidelines too long. We just voted in a far right government, and now we're going to spend unlimited money on the military. We're back, baby.
There you go.
That's what Germany's saying.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Watch out, Russia.
That's why they're claiming it. They're blaming it all on Putin. They voted and it passed in Parliament that now an unlimited amount of money can be spent on their military, and it won't count against their strict budget. They have like deficit rules. They try to balance the budget over there, I guess.
Right. So they're saying like we'll deficit spend for military now.
Correct. Unlimited, and we're putting it off the deficit books. They're going to say, look, we're pretty much not in that much of a deficit. And before, we also told you how much we spent on the military, or we told ourselves as well, and we put it in there. Now we're going to take that bucket out and spend, baby, spend. Print the money, make the tanks, 3D print the tanks, make the missiles, get the training, get the boots for the boys, and we're going to get out there. We're going to march.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well,
nothing to worry about.
Germany go. I mean, how are they in comparison? I'm trying to pull up and see. It's like obviously Ukraine spends the most in military. It looks like Germany was only 1.4%.
Yeah, see, they're frankly, they're embarrassed about how little they've been spending on their military.
Yeah, no, that's pretty bad. You know,
the Bundeswehr is back. Will the German military? They recently got the all clear for a massive increase in investment after that parliament vote. Huzzah!
Good for them. I mean, again, relatively, like India spends 1 full percent more of their GDP than Germany in recent history. So
I think that was grinding some Germans' gears. Yeah.
This is relative, right? Yeah. So like Germany's still going to be, I mean, we'll see what they go up to.
Well, they're like me with my back. They took a long rest, and now the sleeping giant has awoken, and he's cutting the lawn.
The sleeping blitzkrieg.
Yeah.
I can't wait for German military training videos and recruitment videos to start coming out.
They'll look normal. They won't look.
It's going to freak people out.
We'll have Wes analyze them. See if they pass the eyeball test. So yeah, the top general told the BBC that the cash boost is urgently needed because they believe Russia aggression is not going to stop in Ukraine, and they might start invading other countries. So they want a German versus Russian all-out tanks battle.
Well, Poland, like, so if you look at like who spends the most on their defense, it's all the countries that are closer to Russia, because they all believe that. They believe that, you know, Putin wants to reassemble the USSR, which, like, I mean, I think he's said that.
Sure, it hits a little different when Germany's spending on the military, though.
Right. Yeah. Germany. Yeah. It's like, yeah, true. Again, pretty low spend, and they have a ton of countries in between them. I think what people are worried about in like, you know, Western Europe, like Germany and over, like Germany, France, all the rich Europe nations, is basically that, you know, the US, they're not going to be able to call us. We're not going to be at their beck and call as much as we used to be. And so, yeah, they got to get their own fucking tanks and shit.
This is like a gambling addict inheriting a casino. I don't know.
With Germany, yeah, to me, it's a little bit worrisome, but
this is like a former fat guy buying a buffet.
It's the options are either Germany has to spend a little bit on their defense, or we have to be the world police forever. And go ahead, Germany. You know what? I think we've been playing world police for a while now. You know, everybody.
Yeah,
okay. You can have your own police too,
I think Europe needs to, you know, handle their own biz. But again, it's just the timing, like the rally that Musk was at, the people in the crowd, the people that are encouraging this in Germany had Germany done this like 20 years ago, it would have been less.
Elon's going to be so excited to design military vehicles for the German military.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Yeah, he's gonna get into that as hard as he possibly can.
As soon as he's done buying the Wisconsin Supreme Court position.
Right. First things first, which he can't though. I mean, aren't they down by like a billion points?
I
even
don't
with
think
his
they're going to win that
spending.
one. But he's been handing out $1 million checks. God, I would love to live in one of these states and just pretend. I would delete all of my anti-Elon tweets. I would clean up my act, and I would pretend that I was pro-Musk and going to vote for
collect
whatever he wanted
from Elon. Yeah,
God,
great.
$1 million check would be sweet. So yeah, the general goes on to say, we are threatened by Russia. We are threatened by Putin. We have to do whatever is needed to deter that.
Sure.
March on, boys.
Yeah, I mean, really, really, this is why, like, in general, I think that they should try to come to some type of like peace solution, right? So that not everybody in Europe is constantly scared that World War III is about to start. Really, the ultimate solution would be America and China come into some sort of like bilateral trade agreement that would then diffuse everything underneath it, including the Ukraine war, the potential war for Taiwan, right? Yeah. So there's like the
U.S.
it all
does not
stems
need to
from
be involved with everything. They don't need to clean up everyone's mess, but again, Germany might make a new mess. He went on to say, right. Do you want us to make all the decisions for the world?
We all said no.
Yeah,
no.
So we'll see. Germany, history certainly never repeats itself. Russia invading Germany would be bad, as they claim, but Germany becoming too powerful would also be bad.
We've seen what that looks like before. Yeah.
So we'll keep our eyes on you, Germany.
Europe, of all people, should know. Yeah. You want that's you got to keep an eye on that one.
If
right?
Germany gets away with it, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice. That's why you haven't had a military for the past 70 years. Fool me 3 times in the internet era, that's on us again. Back on us.
It's got to be a slow rebuild. Trust the process on this one, only so many tanks at once.
Maybe throw your 3 black guys in the military. Maybe mix some diversity up in there.
I think they deported them already with the election results. So
I'd like to see a little bit of diversity in the military trainings, but we'll see.
No, I mean, they're going to go full in tall. Youth camps. They're going to have some aggressive insignias, like right here on the neck. It's going to be real angular and bright, and people are going to be. I mean, get ready.
They don't have back problems because they have perfect posture, as we've seen.
Incredible posture.
Yeah, great uniforms. All right.
You have the high and tight haircuts. Hey, I got a little bit extra flavor there, Mark, because I know that you're worried about the German army, getting a little too big for its britches, spending all that money again. Check it out, though. Here's a German rocket, their first crack at sending a rocket into orbit in all of Europe. So this German rocket would have been the first one in all of Europe to ever go into orbit.
Yeah,
they launched it.
Why do they suck so much at space, Europe?
Because we do it for them.
Okay.
We do it for so this we launch all the launches and whatnot. So this German rocket, they launched it from Norway this week. It would be the first one ever. It's the first test out of Europe to try to get into orbit. And so let's watch it here. It's on silent. It's a beautiful scene out of Norway. Makes it off the pad. I mean, it's going up. Looks a little wobbly.
It's a little slow-mo. Yeah, it's going.
It's in slow-mo, Mark. I'll show you. You'll see why it's in slow-mo.
Because it would have been 2 seconds otherwise. Oh no.
Yeah, well, I think it lasted in reality, maybe about
oh no, it overcorrected. It's going back down.
Well, Mark, there was about 4 or 5 overcorrections the first 300 meters. Is that how they call it in Europe? And then it immediately crashed. And they call it, though, the Europeans are saying this is a successful test. So
that's a success for them. Aaron Judge was hitting the ball further than Aaron Judge went to orbit further than that. Damn. Okay, I can see why they don't do space. Got it. Yikes.
Yeah. No, so that was their first foray to get back in. So maybe it's going to be a while. You can keep your eye on it. You don't have to worry today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe
they're totally transitioning all of that space energy to tanks. So I think that's the last German rocket we'll see that isn't shot directly at another country for a while.
I don't know. They say they're going to be back. This company, they're saying they want a big share of the space industry, despite having never done it before, and so they're going at it.
They're looking for pieces of the pie. Okay, hey, they're getting. Speaking of boots on the ground, Brunt.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
moly! Look at this. I got a different style
Ooh,
than you will. These things on the
beautiful,
side they stretch so you can get your foot in there nice. Look at this thing.
beautiful.
Brunt boots. You see, our hats are sexy. The boots
I'll big you up
are
here.
absolutely incredible. These things are not only super comfortable, they don't, you can do whatever type of work you need. They will not mess your feet up whatsoever, but they're also just stylish as hell. Like I have to slap out a pair of jeans, go to the bar with these bad boys, looking like I mean, like
Oh, they're great.
good for my back too. They're like,
You can wear them to work. Like if you have like a work meeting, pop on your Brunts. They look great as long as you have them fresh and clean. But they're tough as hell, so you can take them out and do whatever you need. Waterproof,
incredibly
everything.
durable. Yeah, and that's because founder Eric Gerard grew up blue collar and started Brunt after his friends in the trades encouraged him to start a workwear brand that was really built for them. That's why all Brunt products are named after the guys who grew up with, which is pretty cool. We respect that as at Hard Factor, being lifelong friends and hosts working together. I love that. Yeah, usually boots can wreck your feet, not Brunt workwear. They ended that trade-off, designing boots that withstand the toughest job sites while feeling as comfortable as your favorite sneakers. They really are. Like I said, I mean, I'm wearing these bad boys out, not even for work. They might be the most comfortable work boots on the planet, but they also deliver real performance on the job, whether you need waterproof, they got those. Safety toe or soft toe, they got those. Pull on or lace up, they got those. They got you covered. They're so confident these boots will blow you away that they even let you try it on the job risk-free. For a limited time, our listeners get $10 off at Brunt with code HARDFACTOR at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com/hardfactor. Use code HARDFACTOR and you're all set. That's Brunt, which you can read here, BRUNT, workwear.com/hardfactor. And you're all set. And after you buy, do us a favor for that $10 off. Since you get $10 off, let them know that we sent you at Hard Factor. So you heard about it, Brunt from Hard Factor, because that helps. It helps us out.
Brunt just joined our lineup of sponsors this week, and we were talking about them in the Discord after yesterday's episode. And one of the users said that they wear Brunt boots for UPS. Working at UPS, great boots, great shoes.
Absolutely. If you're on your,
up to the mail.
If you're on your feet a lot, and he's in Buffalo, I think, so like the weather can get a little bit icy out there, a little bit hard on the gravel and the ground. Great, incredibly great boots. Beautiful, sexy, comfortable.
Corey Webb says after you're done stretching the boots out, stretch her out.
No, it's true. I mean, you gain. You know how you like when you look good, you feel good. It's one of those type of items. When you put them on, you feel confident. You can stretch her out, baby. Yeah, you feel confident. Yeah,
it's a solid brand. Whether you want the footwear or the clothes. And hold on, real quick. I gotta load something for us here, real quick.
Oh, I think I know what you're doing.
Yeah, you know what I'm doing. Oh, you know what I'm doing. I'm getting ready to talk about our other great new sponsor, Shopify. Shopify is the best online platform setup you can use to set up your online store possible. Period. It's the number one. Okay, that's Shopify. We used Shopify to set up our store.hardfactor.com. Wes used it. And even when hardfactor.com got taken over by scammers who turned it into an Indian wheat farm website, the Shopify store was always and is always strong and available. So you can go to store.hardfactor.com whenever you want. You can go to hardfactor.com. You can see it's been hacked and it's been turned into a wheat website.
We finally got it back. Stands. The regular site's finally back, but you're absolutely correct. The store was up the entire time, just
unfazed,
without us doing anything, just sending merch because you just set it and forget it, and it just
you can get your tees no problem because of Shopify.
Yeah,
nobody does selling better than Shopify. Home of the number one checkout on the planet, and the not so secret with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going. That's right. Cha-ching. That's right. Okay. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify.
Yeah, you don't need to hire a marketing expert. It's idiot proof and it's the best. We were able to set it up with absolutely no experience setting up a shop.
Yeah. So anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Even us. That's proof. Positive. Shopify is the best. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Cha-ching. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/hardfactor, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/hardfactor to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/hardfactor. All right. And that's Shopify. The best. Use them for the online stores.
It's news from here on out, boys and girls.
Yeah. Oh, more comments or love for the sponsors. I fucks with Hard Factor Heavy. Shout out Shopify. That's right. Big Body Roddy's gotten a lot of Shopify packages from us. So thank you, Big Body Roddy. Thank you, Shopify. Yeah. All right, let's move it on. Let's talk about the biggest story I have for today's episode. It's about Kanye West's recent interview with DJ Academics. Mark, have you seen much about this?
How could you not? It's insane. Yeah, I've seen.
It's everywhere.
Yeah,
it's everywhere. Okay, it's everywhere. So, he wore the black KKK uniform and or executioner's hood, but it's really the black KKK thing. Here's the visual. The entire interview is like this, where so Kanye is standing in the corner of a room in the black KKK Grand Wizard outfit. Apparently he's got some type of swastika thing somewhere, and he's like, telling DJ Academics the deal. He's telling him what's up.
When you land the one-on-one interview with Kanye, obviously it's a huge deal, but DJ Academics rising to the occasion, not laughing at this, take like incredible poise to not just immediately laugh in Kanye's face when he walks in looking like this.
Yeah, no, because it's comical, right?
It's
yeah,
insane.
He looks. Yeah, I mean, he looks like the wizard for the black KKK, and he's definitely taken a ton of heat for that and like the Nazi imagery as always. But the content of the interview is really funny when you listen to him say it from under the Grand Wizard robes. So check out, here's like a clip down. I did, at first he's talking about like some beef he has with Jim Jones. And then he talks about the NFL and the entertainment industry going woke. Covered a ton of topics on this interview. So check out, this is like a super clip of a couple of them.
Found out how much money it was. I was like, you know what? One second. Hello.
So he said he took a meeting. Jim Jones got $2 million. Okay? I'll let it play.
Behind my back, I didn't really know about it. People be doing shit behind my back. My issue with Jim was we working on clothes. And I said, look, send me a PDF. For anybody who doesn't know, it's like a group of pictures in a folder that you send to the iPhone. You could do like 300 pictures, 10 pictures on it, 10 pages. I said, send me a PDF of all the ideas, all the young niggas you know in New York. Let me see all of this shit right now. Let the king see everything that's happening, right? This man tells me, I don't know how to make a PDF.
I don't know how to make a PDF.
You gonna lie to me about a fucking PDF, you faggot ass nigga? And then we're gonna get a bunch of small artists, and then you'll be able to make your money off of that. And then if we take Cardi's doing good, we'll make him take the blue pill. We'll have him rap about Skims, and then mention Northwest. We love Northwest. Oh, Kanye, don't worry about him. He's a lunatic.
Wow.
Yeah, the entire interview was insane. He had beef with everybody. He had beef with everybody. I have a clip too, if I could play it here, about him talking about his beef with Kendrick. I got to fast forward a little bit.
I don't really. So those are my.
There we go.
Even when you criticize the Super Bowl performance, or you're like, man, I didn't like him on Cardi's album. He got too many verses. Like, yeah, he could rap, but we ain't want to hear this shit.
Y'all don't go to church? God is an angry God. God is a jealous God. What are you talking about? I'm the closest thing to God on earth, and I act just like how God acts.
Huh.
He's just insane.
Yeah. So yeah,
he didn't want to have kids with Kim.
That was the clip. Yeah. So I heard most of it was about trashing Kim, and then he admitted his jealousy of Kendrick Lamar right there. Interesting way to admit your jealousy of somebody by comparing yourself to God. So
right. Says Kendrick.
only
Jesus. Like,
Kanye.
what would that make? Who is God's rival? I don't know.
Satan.
Satan. So Kendrick's Satan.
Everybody is Satan except Kanye.
Yeah.
In this scenario. Well, all of his enemies.
You knew it was going to be crazy when he showed up like that, though. I mean, it wasn't like he was going to be like, "I'd like to apologize for some things I've said in the past." It wasn't going to be normal,
right? Yeah. So, like, people are saying he's lost his mind because he's jealous of Kendrick Lamar. I just think this is just what Kanye wanted to do that day. Like, is Kanye crazy? 100%. Like yes, like the things that are going on in his life affect like the decisions he makes day to day. And maybe obviously because he mentioned Kendrick Lamar in the interview and was talking like that, it's obviously on his mind, but it's not like Kendrick Lamar is the reason that he put on the black KKK Grand Wizard robes and did the DJ Academics.
No.
It's just because that's what Kanye wanted to do that day.
It's almost approaching like abuse to like give him a microphone. You know what I mean? Like kind of like an elder abuse or like a disabled person abuse. Like now's the time to do it because he's manic and he's gone through like a quite an interesting past year. But like to get to do an interview with him with a straight face and just let him talk is like it's almost like abusing the guy. I feel like
I can't believe Jim Jones lied to him about the fucking PDF though.
Yeah, everyone knows. Everyone knows how to do a PDF.
He just made him $2 million. He can't send the guy a PDF.
And I know he can do it because I'm all knowing God.
It's a PDF, Jim Jones.
Yeah.
Anyways, related Nazi news. This show has been Nazi heavy for the first half here. There are claims that Argentina has declassified documents that show the U.S. helped Hitler escape to Argentina before the end of World War II, where he lived allegedly for 20 more years and had 2 more kids. So
Argentina. Argentina.
This is unverified.
This is unforced error by Argentina. You don't have to bring up Nazi stuff, Argentina. That's you guys.
Well, they accepted him. They accepted the H-man according to the documents. We ushered him over apparently. So we'll see if those declassified documents really exist, like, or if they're real or whatever.
I just assume every white guy that permanently lives in Argentina and was born there either is or like a descendant of a Nazi or like a guy that was into like big asses, like one of the two, or cocaine. Someone that's into like cocaine, soccer, or was a descendant of a Nazi at this point.
Well, yeah, but they also do steaks really well. It's one of those.
There's a lot of great things about Argentina besides the fact that they
besides the fact they harbored the Nazis, right? So you take the Nazi harboring away,
right?
And that's why
that's why they shouldn't have brought this up. This is like them bringing up the bad part about Argentina.
Well, they're kind of pinning it on us. They're like, well, they gave them to us. So we'll see what it says in these documents. Who knows what it says? But that's why I love Uruguay. Uruguay is like the Argentina that has legal weed and didn't take the Nazis. And so you could still eat delicious like steaks and drink cervezas there. You don't feel as bad, in Montevideo. Because there's not as many former Nazis running.
Always the bridesmaid in the World Cup, though. Since
Not as good at soccer. You got to admit, but it's the population thing, So
yeah. I don't think if I'm Argentina, I'm bringing up anything to do with that time period. Regardless of what your claims are, I'm probably just talking about the steaks and the beaches and the good things. Soccer, yeah. She should have said, by the way, we're still the reigning World Cup champs. Did you know that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what Argentina should really be focusing on is the soccer. But yeah, no, apparently Melly, he's gonna give it up. He's gonna give up the goods if they exist. If Argentina really did.
What was in it for Argentina if we were like, hey, we'd like you to take Hitler and all of the Nazis, and Argentina was like, sure. What did we give Argentina for that?
Nothing. That we like promised them not to fuck with them for a couple years, probably.
Okay.
I
don't think.
I mean,
did that.
What did we do? We give them money, so I'm sure we gave them money. It was probably we just gave them money.
I'm gonna call bullshit.
I feel like the U.S. just buries everything with money or bombs. One of the two.
Yeah, again, don't talk about that subject, Argentina. Not a good thing for you.
Our two fortes. A pretty funny joke in the Discord about that one, though, was that the New York Times, Jazzy Jeff 42069 says, why America helping Hitler escape to Argentina is actually good. New York Times column in the future.
Yeah, and England made us do slavery. Right. Let's head to Portland, Oregon, shall we?
Yeah, let's please.
Okay. Oregon man, Alex Van Duyn, he's dealing with a problem in the neighborhood. Gallons of strangers' pee. Like literal gallons of stranger pee.
Into
Describe
very yellow pee. So it's like one of the half gallons there is like orange. It's so dehydrated, but somebody's been pissing. So they drink a water jug and then they piss in their previous water jugs. It's a homeless dude. I would assume a dude because it's all bottles. He's probably just sticking his cock right in it and then peeing. But so it's very dehydrated.
So here's the deal: that at least 6 full gallons, some of those look like 2 gallons, have been deposited in Van Duyn's recycling bin like every week for the past several months. Do you think doesn't that look like more than a week's worth of pee, even if you're homeless?
Every week for the last several months, 6 gallons of pee a week, or is this a big week?
No, I mean he's saying like 6 gallons per week. Like I don't think you pee 6 gallons worth in a week, do you? Maybe.
So it's like a whole camp of people that's dropping.
I feel like it's more than one person.
Yeah, it's a whole camp of people dropping their pee in his recycling. Why in the recycling though?
Well, that's where they fucked up, Will, because
they should have put it in the trash,
In the trash, it's not even a crime. Because once the guy once Van Duyn puts it on the street, it becomes like public trash. However, the reason this guy discovered it's got to be a Campsworth, a live comment. The reason this guy discovered is because the recycling people wouldn't pick it up because it's a biohazard for recycling. Trash, no problem, no crime. They picked it up. He probably wouldn't even noticed it, but he went to reclaim his recycling, and he's like, "Wow, this is not only not picked up, but it's a lot heavier than when I put it out last night because now it's got 6 gallons at least worth of pee in it."
How much does 6 gallons weigh? That's a lot.
Yeah, probably like 50 pounds. So he's like, he opens up the recycling.
You're right. Wow, Mark, 50.04 pounds. Holy shit.
I'm good at estimating numbers. So he opens up the recycling bin and he gets a big whiff of the pee, and now he's furious. So he's got a problem on his hands because it happens again and again. So what he claims he does, this Alex Van Duyn character, is he said he stopped putting the recycling bin out. He said, fuck it. And I don't know what that means. I don't know.
Stop recycling.
Yeah, I think what he did was because he was so disturbed that he like waited by the window in the morning, and like when the recycling people were coming, he's like, hang on, and like ran it out then and then put it in the back of his house.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, you could do that. That sucks. But what he was doing was he was leaving it out at night, and this guy he's got it on video. Unfortunately, it's too grainy, but there's a guy and he pulls up in the neighborhood every time in like a 1996 Toyota Corolla, like a really old shitty car, and he pops the trunk and he's got the gallons of pee in his trunk and he just drops them off in the recycling bin.
So this guy's got to be a nearby homeless camp? It has to be.
Yeah, but he's got an old shitty car, and he's either that or Van Duyn works for the HOA and like voted down like a skate park because it could be a teenager. Like it could be a teenager driving a shitty car, and all of the teenagers are pissed at Van Duyn potentially.
Right, he's either targeted or
he claims that he loves the neighborhood. He's not going to move. He's been there since 2006, and I'm thinking his love of the neighborhood may have ruffled some feathers in the neighborhood because he probably is like neighborhood, to use a term we've talked about a lot, Nazi. I think he maybe potentially he's ruffled a few feathers in the neighborhood. So it's either a homeless camp or he's a dick to a group of people in the neighborhood that have gotten pissed off at him, so to speak. So he said he's now setting up
either way, dude, you're fucked. You're getting the piss forever. It's gonna be hard. It's in Portland. You think Portland cops are gonna be able to deal with this? No,
no one cares. No one
You're
cares.
just gonna get the pee dropped in your fucking thing forever.
He filed a report and they accepted it because it was in the recycling instead of the trash. They were like, I wish it was in the trash because we would have just laughed this out. But I guess we'll file it for you. But he said that when he stopped putting his recycling bins out overnight, they caught the guys on the video, or the guy. Sorry, it's one guy in the same car. And I saw the video. I saw the guy. He wears like a hoodie and a hat.
He just
and
goes next door, right? I mean,
he did. He went next door.
Yeah.
And so now Van Doyen feels bad because his neighbors started getting the pee. So now he doesn't know what to do. So now he said
it's got to be a camp.
Now he's trying to position the recycling directly in front of his Ring camera because he wants to get the guy's license plate or a better view of him. So he did a local news interview where he said all this stuff. It's pretty funny. And he's like, see, now I'm putting the recycling bin right here because the Ring camera's right here. And he had also a message for the man that he's seen in the grainy footage. Here it is.
He has a message,
but he does have a message.
Maybe he's watching. I don't know. Please stop. Please, just don't do it anymore.
This guy doesn't watch the local fucking news, you clown. The guy that drops 6 gallons of pee in your fucking... Are you kidding me? You think he's watching the nightly news on CBS? No. He's high on meth, dude. He's like, what are you talking about?
Like you said earlier, did you see the color of the pee? This guy's not even hydrated.
Yeah. What? If you're watching, he's not watching. Okay,
please
he's
stop
partying and pissing in jugs that he's gonna drop in your fucking trash can later.
Yeah. Why do you think he drops it off at 3 a.m.? Because that's like 6 p.m. his time.
Oh no, Portland. Oh, Portland.
A lot of pee.
Well, that is a lot of pee. Let's take it from Portland, which is like the furthest left you could go in the American West, to Idaho, which is the furthest right you can pretty much go in the American West. Real quick, though, I want to answer Carl's question since it's a compliment to me. He says, been a while since I've jumped on here. Will, have you been losing some pounds? And yes, fitbod.me/hard factor if you want to get the app.
Nice compliment trial, Carl. Yeah. Nice.
It's helping. Also, Fatathon. If you missed it at the top, join us, patreon.com/hard factor for the Fatathon. We're losing weight, getting ready to be in shape for Fat Boy Summer, which is technically probably already started. Okay. Over to Idaho. Like I said, pretty much the polar opposite of Portland as you can get out west. And, in Portland, you deal with problems like you're never going to be able to get rid of the camp of people who are dropping their piss in your recycling every week.
Yeah, your peace flag is not exactly intimidating them.
No, it's not. And nobody's going to do anything. And so you just got to deal with the peas over there. In Idaho, you got different problems to deal with, okay? Idaho is banning the exposure of breasts and genital-shaped toys like truck nuts. So this is in HB 270.
But truck nuts are hilarious.
Truck nuts are funny.
Awesome.
Boobs are great. Yeah, but Idaho says, nope, not anymore. Not in Idaho. Idaho passed the bill in an overwhelming majority, citing the, quote, giant sticks up all their asses as the primary reason for why they passed such a meaningless and authoritative bill in a state that claims to be all about freedom. And
change
that's
their
the
name
latest.
to Ida Prude.
Exactly. That's the latest out of Idaho. Yeah.
What the fuck? What does that even mean? The breast thing.
They don't want to see them. Basically, and this is why it's related to like a pride parade. Basically, they were cool with breasts until trans women started showing them at pride parades. And then now they said, nope, that and truck nuts are going to go.
Way to take care of the important things, Idaho. Sticking with neighborhood bad decisions. This is an incredibly bad decision by a neighborhood in Montgomery Township, Pennsylvania, where they decided to here, let me put up the image and describe this image for me. Well, what is that? What is that?
A drunk road crew made a street.
Yeah. They
it's like or like Willy Wonka created a street in the middle of a town.
Yeah. Looks like a Chutes and Ladders, Willy Wonka. So Zigzag Road in a neighborhood. Instead of straight yellow lines in a 2-lane, 1-lane each way neighborhood, they totally purposefully made zigzags so that you have to drive in a zigzag pattern for 2 blocks in this neighborhood. And the reason they did this is because the neighborhood complained about people speeding in the neighborhood. So the local town voted on it. And
naturally,
yeah, instead of putting up signs or maybe even speed bumps, which would somehow be way less annoying than this, they decided to put zigzags because they think that'll slow people down instead of having speeding people collide into each other.
Huh. I don't know. Yeah, like you said, I think introducing the zigzags is just dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah, look at the tire marks on the one side from people like slamming on the brakes, being like, "Whoa, what the fuck's happening?"
Yeah, imagine if you ran into that drunk.
Yeah,
I mean, no drunk. We do not condone drunk driving, but this would make it even worse. Guaranteed crash, probably.
Well, it might be a wake-up call. You might think that there's no way you'd think the road was zigzaggy, so you'd go home and be like, "I need to stop drinking and driving." There's no way you'd go home and be like, the road was purposely painted in a retarded zigzag pattern.
But it was.
A lot of the locals who complained to get this thing going anyways are pissed. They said, "I think it's an eyesore. I think it's ridiculous. I don't see how this is going to slow down traffic at all." It's William King who lives in the neighborhood. "I think it's awkward. It's weird. I'm not used to it," said Ashley Wyckoff. "I mean, right now people are just driving through the middle of it. I've yet to see one person happy about this," said Lauren Chesterton.
Yeah.
So the local police is blaming the residents that are now complaining about the zigzags because they complained about speeders, and they say,
Right, like,
"Enjoy the zigzagging whiners."
Yeah. You put in the complaint, we zigzag your street.
Yeah.
What else do you want us to do?
This will stop you from ever complaining about anything again.
So the police, yeah, for real, the police's answer to their complaint about speeding was to fuck up their roads so bad that they'll never hear from them ever again.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. What are the
people are just going to assume it was a mistake?
No, it's the slow down speeders.
No, yeah, it's stupid. That's stupid. You know, that one backs up the whole 59% illiteracy thing for the Philly area. And that's just a stat. I'm not trying to pick.
It's embarrassing to live on that street. That's probably going to bring down the resale value of the houses because no one's going to want to move into that fucking neighborhood. Oh, you live on Zigzag Lane? I'm out.
Even the streets around it, because I think that's the main road. Like it was like the main road through the neighborhood. So like all the houses in that neighborhood now, they live in zigzag territory.
Yeah, look, they put up like cones to be like, "No, this is the road,"
because it's extremely unclear.
Yeah,
from the changes they made.
You're gonna have to go real slow unless you want to hit something. It's like a Mario Kart course. They put giant bananas down.
Yeah, it's one of the dumbest things I've seen in a while. But I think you nailed it. I think it was that the cops just they just wanted to do such a bad job.
Yeah,
that nobody would ever ask them to do anything again.
They're gonna ask them now next year, "You guys have anything to complain about? You need any help?" And they're gonna be like, "No, we're good."
Mm-hmm. And then every neighborhood, then they can use it as an example of how they would help for every neighborhood that complains in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's genius by the cops, honestly.
Yeah.
They got out of so much work doing this.
It was a 30-minute troll job and they're just laughing their asses off.
Yeah.
They're on Nextdoor at work looking at all the angry comments and just laughing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Check this one out.
Yeah.
They make a rookie do something for every time they find a new angry comment.
"Look, Ashley Wyckoff's complaining about how she can't sell her house." We got her. Is that it?
I think so. Yeah, I don't have anything else.
Nice. I think we covered exactly every story in the news today. I don't think there's
got
anything
no
else
more
you need to
news.
know about. No, nothing else You don't need to even watch the news. We'll be back tomorrow with the full squad, I believe. Hopefully you're pranking people, but not too hard. No heart attacks out there on April Fools, but get them if you got them. If you got any good jokes, give them out today. We love you. That's not an April Fools. Thank you for tuning in as always, and have a great fucking day. See you tomorrow.
The cream of the crop!